Hello, everyone, and welcome to this demonstration of Control App. And we're very happy that you took the time to listen to our presentation, demo, and see the latest and greatest features and modules of Control App. My name is Y.Klushin. I'm the head of Control App sales engineering team in EMEA. And I'll be doing this presentation, and let's start with a quick overview of Control App, the company, and the latest modules that we've got presented for you today. So Control App recently has raised $100 billion from a venture capital, from a few venture capital funds. We're very strong in the virtual end user computing market, have been like that for more than 10 years, been running through this market globally. Control App today has more than 2,000 customers worldwide, with monitoring billions of machines, virtual machines, physical endpoints, hypervisors, any other infrastructure, with partnership with vendors and market leaders like Microsoft, NVIDIA, iGel for thin clients, VMware, of course, Citrix and Nutanix, based in Israel, UK, and of course the US. We've got customers from all sizes, all shapes, all technologies. And a few words about VMware. So Control App and VMware have a strong partnership that started around a year and a half ago in 2020, where VMware looked for a great opportunity to partner with a company that has experience and expertise in end user computing and VDI basically. So VMware partnered with Control App to add Control App as an add-on to the VMware Horizon stack. And successfully, we managed to sell to more than 200 customers to date, just in EMEA. So globally, it's around 400 customers. It's available as a VMware SKU to all VMware customers, all VMware partners, and of course, available on my VMware for a trial to take a look at, of course, on test drive, and on my VMware to download and try it out. So of course, we Control App and VMware has a very strong partnership. All the sales account executives and sales engineers of VMware are very well aware of Control App and been promoting that to both Horizon and any type of customers that would just wants to monitor his end user computing workloads and his end users around his infrastructure. And let's take a look at what Control App has to offer for you. So basically, today's digital employee experience has shifted from a very simple kind of applications view or VDI view, where our VDI administrator or IT admin have been living so far, where is basically managing infrastructure, maybe some VDI, virtual workspaces workloads, to something that is a much more broad and has a lot of other technologies to take care of today. Of course, with the work from home era, a lot of physical endpoints, thin clients, etc. Cloud has been rising more and more with technologies like Azure Virtual Desktop, and of course VMware Cloud and Citrix Cloud, and Amazon Workspaces. We've got, of course, the traditional VMware, Citrix, and Microsoft technologies for VDI. Infrastructure has been changing with players like Nutanix and Microsoft, in addition to the VMware vSphere, that is, of course, the most famous and prevalent infrastructure out there. And now SaaS has becoming more and more stronger, like with Office 365 and other SaaS workloads and applications. So today, our kind of poor IT admin needs to have eyes on all of those workloads to make sure that the digital employee experience is optimized and work to its full capacity. And of course, with COVID and with these changes in technologies, the set of problems or the set of challenges is changing. Of course, it was always complex to troubleshoot. It was tough to remediate because we have different data sources and different issues coming from different locations. But today, with people working remotely and working from home and working from different locations, stuff like visibility to the endpoint of the user, ISP latency, Wi-Fi issues, and any other kind of work from home or work remotely issue becomes something that is makes our life as, you know, the help desk or the IT organization a bit more complex, and something that we can take care of with our suite called ControlUp. So ControlUp today, if you heard of ControlUp in the past, was, as I said, a great player in those worlds of traditional VDI, became, and we expanded our platform to something much more broad, where we provide an end-to-end solution to all desktops and to all workloads wherever they are, whether it's, again, the virtual workloads or the physical endpoints from whatever technology we're using, cloud technologies with Azure, Amazon, GCP, whatever, and everything is located in our end-to-end suite called ControlUp Solve. Now, this suite is divided into 5 different pillars, which are 5 products, and actually licensing-wise also talk about 5 modules that you can purchase either separately or all together in one bundle. And all of those modules I'm going to present to you during today's session. So the first one will be the real-time DX. DX stands for digital experience. So the real-time DX provides you with visibility in real time to all those workloads end-to-end in real time, and actually a set of 3 seconds intervals. We've got the remote DX that shows you the data in and opens kind of a channel to the user's endpoint to provide data from the physical endpoint of the user. We've got ScoutBiz that provides you kind of reliability and assurance that the workloads are ready to use. So basically, this is a proactive modules that make sure that the resources are available for the users and for the infrastructure is healthy and ready for the users and ready well enough. And of course, on top of all of the above, we've got the ControlUp Insights, that is a historical interface that shows us end-to-end over time visibility, insights, anomaly detection of those according to this data in dashboards and out of the box reports that I'm going to show you today. So these are the ControlUp modules. And with no further ado, we in ControlUp like to show the product rather than show PowerPoints or slides. So let's take a look at what ControlUp is all about. Let's actually open an Horizon VMware an Horizon session. So there you go. And I'm opening that because that is going to serve us. This session is going to serve us, and we are going to show something about this session. So just make a note that currently I'm working as a Horizon user, VDI user, but I could have worked in a Citrix session or whatever other VDI technology I'm using, but that is going to serve in the next couple of minutes of my demonstration today. So if guys, you're going to take a look at ControlUp, and this is the real-time DX or ControlUp Solve. So this unified interface, and if you saw ControlUp in the past, ControlUp was a real-time console where you could see the data in real time and take action. So all of that has been replaced with a real-time web interface where you can do the same. So you can actually work, remediate, and see the data in real time, and both historically. But all the ControlUp capabilities, all the ControlUp features that you can see on the left side over here are under one framework, one platform that is called ControlUp Solve. So when we go and we enter ControlUp, the first thing that we see here is actually the real-time health dashboard, which shows us end-to-end the current healthcare of our infrastructure from different resources and different data sources, from our hosts, from our VMs, from our network devices, etc. We can, of course, focus on user experience, where ControlUp's, of course, expertise is end user computing and user experience. So we can have this out of the box dashboard called user experience. We can have here visibility into the logon duration, into the latency, and see what's going on from that angle. We can, of course, filter on resources, and then we can see our compute and how that behaves. So we can see in real time our CPU, RAM, IOPS usage from all of those angles. And of course, we can also customize our own dashboard. So we can take here and say webinar, for example, webinar example, and start throwing here widgets from different sources. For example, let's say we have a customer with VMware Horizon. We'll take some data and we'll throw in the current available desktop tools availability. Then we can throw here another metric of if we have a Citrix customer, so CVAD, available delivery groups. Look how amazing is that. We threw and we put on one dashboard in a matter of 10 seconds, two metrics, two healthcare metrics from totally different data sources, actually from competing infrastructure, something that you cannot see in any other product. We can see it. So we are agnostic to the actual data source, platform, etc. We can show one health dashboard from different sources. Let's throw in some resources data, like for example, CPU. So we would like to see the host CPU, and let's show it like a line chart over for the last 5 minutes. So here you go. So in a matter of basically 2 minutes, I built a great dashboard showing the capabilities here. And if we'll drill a little bit further, of course, we can go to our discovery view where we'll get this amazing grid showing us, and look at the upper side here, showing us the current state of all of our users. For example, it can be thousands of users, hundreds of users, doesn't matter, and everything that is going on in real time in a matter of 3 seconds intervals, what's going on for our users from all angles, right? So we can take a look at our machines, see the machines data, and what's going on there. We can see our hosts, right? And let's imagine, let's see a quick scenario. Let's imagine that, let's say my infrastructure is having some issues, slowness, or any other problem. And basically, we can see what's the root cause of the issue pretty quickly. So the Control App is not just a product where you can just see, but you can also actually troubleshoot and follow the red line. And this is how we call it. So if you take a look at the stress column is the end result of the troubleshooting process. Now, if we see this and we take a look at that, we see that one of our ES6s is having a critical stress level. Now, why this ES6, why this host is having a critical stress level? If we just hover over this red dot, the tooltip will show exactly why we have this critical stress level in this for this host. But let's not finish here. Let's actually start troubleshooting and see that the Control App is having some virtual expert telling me that I should drill into this host. And while drilling into this host, I can see that, okay, I've got some data stores issue. Let's go to the machines. So I'm easily going to the machines running on this specific, because look at that lineage, that the Control App recognized the lineage of this entire infrastructure. So we've got these machines, 36 machines running on this host, this vSAN storage cluster on this data center. So we see that we have some issues, and imagine that we have an IOPS issue, storage. We have, yes, so we see that the problem is on this machine. So let's drill actually to this machine. And what we've got on this machine, we've got one user, and we've got, so let's drill to this user. So we see which user is actually running this problematic IOPS utility. So if we drill a little bit further, we can see the full data of this user, if we drill to the processes, look how easily I'm going there, boom. I found out right away after 2 minutes of some very basic troubleshooting, I got from the entire data center, from this entire host to the machine, to the user, and to the process that is consuming the high IOPS on this actual machine. Now, of course, I can start executing actions, as Control App is also a management tool, and I can start executing actions to solve this issue and fix it operationally. Now, that's kind of the high-level troubleshooting, or the actual troubleshooting that we can do here with this product in real time. So, of course, as you can see, we can browse between the different infrastructures. So if I'm a Citrix customer, I can click, recognize that, and provides data. As you can see, CVAD, Citrix Virtual Apps and Desktops, and brings data from my brokers. If I'm an Horizon customer, why not? Control App brings you all the data coming from your pods, from your desktop pools and connection servers. Of course, we can drill even further and see more data there. But let's take a look at an additional great module that we've got here in Control App. And in today's day and age, we've got COVID took us to work from home or work remotely, a reality that is unfortunately not going anywhere, and we need to deal with that. So if I'll take myself, for example, that I'm working remotely, and my user, let's filter on my user from all those users that I've got here. So let's filter on Yevgeny, and here is my session. I'm running here a Horizon, as you can see, session. And one of, among other metrics that we've got here, like, logon duration and logon duration breakdown and resources breakdown, as you can see here, IOs, memory, CPU, etc. Control App has a really cool metric called client device score. Here you go. There you go. The client device score that actually can provide the score. Let's look for other users as well. With some more concrete data. So there you go. Let's use my colleague Peter working from home. There you go. So the client device score can show me and can provide some data into the actual performance of the physical endpoint. So imagine a use case where we've got a user sitting at home complaining that his resources are working slow or not connecting or whatever. And we actually, we don't see any problem on our virtual resources, but maybe his physical endpoint is not performing well. Maybe his Wi-Fi at home isn't strong enough. So if we'll take a look at that example, so we've got here Felix, my colleague from Germany, and we can see end-to-end, look at this amazing visibility, end-to-end from his physical endpoint up to his VDI machine. And you can see the Wi-Fi strength, you can see the latency to the router, the latency outside, and the total latency. When some metadata like, the Wi-Fi strength, the NIC speed, packet loss, if he has any issues there. But look at this amazing ability, which is the holy grail of any help desk or VDI team, to see end-to-end visibility from the physical endpoint to the actual VDI or RDS machine, where we can see that and acknowledge where the problem is. This is something that many of our customers requested over the last year, and by developing that, they are very happy, and we're going to expand these capabilities more and more. Now, expanding on this capability, this actually uses the VDI protocol of the user. So basically, if the user is running a Citrix session, Horizon session, RDS session, we will get this visibility. But what if I would like to see more? What if I would like to see the full visibility on the physical endpoint, thin client or whatever, of the user? For that, we have a platform called Edge DX. The Edge, the device or the physical endpoint of the user. With the Edge products actually, so UI, we can get visibility on all the actual physical endpoints of our infrastructure. And for example, if I'll drill, so I went to all the 30 machines that I'm using. So look at that. I'm drilling into one of the machines, a machine that we've got from a colleague in Paris, in France. So you can see where this location, you see metadata, you see what is installed, you see the operational system, the hardware that is installed, the network card that is installed, the actual resources that are being utilized, the processes, the missing patches, which is very critical. So ControlUp recognizes which patches, which Windows updates are missing for the user. And the cool thing about all of that is that we can also, under, of course, security policy, perform actions of assistance or any other actions on this physical device. So again, the holy grail of IT ops, having end-to-end capabilities, visibility in the same UI, where we can see both the virtual workloads, the physical workloads, and on top of that, the fourth module. So we showed the real-time digital experience, the remote DX. Now we showed the edge DX, and now we are showing ScoutBiz. ScoutBiz will make sure that all of those workloads that you've got here, whether they are end-user computing workloads or network workloads, are available and ready for the users to use them, and they are healthy. So this is kind of an insurance policy that you've got, and this is behind the scenes a bot that is making sure that the resources are available to the users, either from outside or from within the network, and available well enough. Now, last but not least is, of course, historical reporting. So all of these features that we've seen here are more or less real time. So we can, of course, provide history and troubleshooting historically, where we can, for example, say that, hey, we've got here a machine that is not performing to the best of our abilities. If we take a look at some statistics, so here we go, reports, we can actually have the history of our users, our machines, according to whatever we want. Now, of course, this product is available as fully SaaS product, as you saw here. From a website, you can install a couple of the agents or the APIs that you need on top of your infrastructure to see and connect those resources to start seeing and working on top of them. You can, of course, also install everything on premises. So the features are the same features, the capabilities are the same capabilities, to see all of that and not go and do not work in a SaaS mode. So you've got the choice to go with either or. And that is it for today. So thank you very much for listening to this presentation. You can find us at controlup.com. You can reach out if you would like to do that through your partner, through your VMware people. You can reach out to your VMware account manager or a technical account manager, and they can connect you with those products. You can find us at My VMware. You can find us on Test Drive, and we'll be happy to accommodate any of your needs. Thank you very much, and goodbye.